There's something wrong in paradise, it seems like.
There's been a situation. There's a game. It is called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. It comes out in 2 days.
We know that this is garbage already. Keep going.
I actually thought it came out already. I was a fucking idiot. I didn't know that it already hadn't come out yet. But I saw Shroud play it. I thought it was out. Apparently, it's not out yet.
Same, actually.
It will be out.
Not that I saw Shroud playing it, but I just thought it's out because of the coverage and everything that we already know about it.
In 3 days. Because of that, a lot of people want to review the game. This game has attracted a lot of attention. It's attracted a lot of controversy, and it's attracted a lot of conversations. Here's what's funny about it. IGN, who gave one of the more negative review-skewing reviews in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, has been told they will not be getting codes to review the game at all.
Classic. Absolutely classic. And some people wonder why Starfield got rated a 10 out of 10. It's because of exactly that. Don't review a game good. Guess what? You're not getting the next code, Sunshine.
This is what this is, I guess, a guy that was talking about. He works at IGN. He's talking about games, and we won't have our review of Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League at launch, as review codes have not been sent ahead of time. In fact, Warner Brothers has declined to send IGN codes at all. We'll get our impressions up as soon as we're able for the first release. Thank you for your patience. I know that everybody is spamming W because you think games journalism is a joke.
Yeah, people do think that games journalism is a joke, but I don't think that. Actually, are they even spamming W? VIGN. No, it looks, yeah. So it is good. I was afraid. Dude, you need to be a pretty big brainlet to actually spam W that, IGN doesn't get a review code. Because this is just access journalism. They're only going to give you a code if you rate their stuff a 10 out of 10. This is how this works. This is not a W. Oh, game journalism bad. Game journalism is bad, yes. But the fact that one of the reasons why game journalism is bad is because of exactly this. Don't rate it a 10 out of 10. Well, congratulations. You're not getting the next code. You're not getting the next whatever. Good luck.
But you know what is an even bigger joke? Access journalism. And that's what this is.
Even he knows.
This is fucking bullshit. What the fuck are we talking about? That this is a good thing, that people that provide negative reviews for games aren't getting the copy to review the game.
The only news site, the only gaming journalism site that should not get a review code, no matter what, is Kotaku. That's pretty much it. Hey, I'm fine with them not getting any review codes for anything, and it's good. It just makes my day better. Okay, I'm fine with that, though.
Think about how fucking bad that is. Not games journalists. IGN is a joke. No, they're not. I think they're one of the more fair groups.
Yeah.
Like, I would understand if they're just completely misrepresenting and lying about things, but I saw what they said about the game, and I thought that it was fair. A lot of people did.
Yeah, IGN is good.
You want to go and read what they said? It was very...
IGN is also the biggest, and there's a reason for it, because, well, they don't lie that much about stuff.
Very reasonable. And I even said this, listen, I want to make sure that I'm very consistent with this. It's a form of censorship. Well, the worst part about this form of censorship, agree to disagree, they were not fair.
Okay.
Do you see the problem? Okay, so let's assume that you're right. Let's assume you're right. Who determines what's fair? Well, obviously the people that are making the game, right? Okay, sure. So, have you guys ever had, like, a situation whenever you...
No, the people who are making the game do not... No, the people who are making the game do not determine what's fair and what's not. If the people who make the game determine what's fair, then you can only give it a 10, because obviously the thing you worked on is a 10 out of 10 banger, no questions asked.
You were in a WoW guild, and 2 people get invited in as a package deal, and then they say, oh, well, we're okay if one of us doesn't make the trial as long as we get a fair chance. And then anytime that one of them doesn't make the trial, they never believe that they had a fair chance. Because this is in the eye of the person who's receiving the feedback. So, of course, people that are making a video game think that negative criticism of the video game is going to be more likely to be unfair. So
let me just explain this in human language. Everyone thinks that they are right because their view on things is better than other people's views and more fair. That's how humanity works. Okay? That I don't know what this stupid explanation is, but that's essentially what it boils down to.
I don't like this idea. And I think that this paradigm is wrong. Absolutely. They're fair, but they go easy on bigger games. Warner Brothers just thinks it's too hard because it's going to be a shitty modern game. Yeah. It's a red flag from publishers. Why wouldn't you want someone to review your game unless you already know that it's bad, and the review will get people to avoid the game? That is exactly fucking right.
Yeah, we know this. Like, for example, those situations where even games media and journalists and YouTubers get codes to review games, but they can only post their review after the launch date. That's because it's a shitty game. If you allow them to post their review whenever without spoiling the story or whatever, that means that they are confident that their game is bad. But if you can only post your review and whatever after the deadline, that means that they have stuff to hide, that it's a bad game.
And I find it to be so disappointing, and I understand, guys, because there has been 10 years of animosity that games journalists have created. By the way, they have created this animosity. They deserve this animosity, but they do not deserve this outcome, and neither do you. Because this is bad for you. This is bad for everybody when people are providing reviews knowing that if they provide a negative review, they will be less likely to get a copy of the next game. That's why it's bad. And so for every shitty, stupid, fucking SJW, woke, garbage, like Square Enix doesn't care about black people article that Kotaku writes, I can roll my eyes, I can laugh at it, I can call it fucking stupid, but they still deserve their review copy just like everybody else does.
Nah, again, dude, okay, I'd rather... It's a nice idea that everyone deserves everything, but there are exceptions, and Kotaku is my exception. You know that Kotaku is gonna lie about everything and be negative about anything that doesn't have pronouns instantaneously embedded. So, I understand the idea of being fair, and I'm for it. But there are exceptions like Kotaku. You know Kotaku's gonna 100% lie about your game if it doesn't have pronouns in it. So, why even bother? Most people are for fairness, but most people also understand that, hey, if everyone's sins are forgotten, maybe the guy who killed millions should not be kind of forgiven that easy. Maybe we should make an exception for that guy. You know? Most people are reasonable enough to understand that. And in this case, that's Kotaku.
Because if you start giving people review copies and not giving other people review copies because of your subjective judgment on who is providing what you believe to be accurate feedback.
Well, here's the problem. You don't actually need to use yourself as the standpoint here. That's stupid. You can... Again, why am I saying Kotaku? Because everyone thinks Kotaku shit and they just do bad things because they're Kotaku. Okay? As long as everyone thinks this person is bad, we can kind of agree that maybe they should be the exception. If they're objectively, provably bad. Like Kotaku is. So, you know... reasonable.
What does that tell every journalist? That tells every journalist it is in my best interest to provide a distorted outlook on this video game for the betterment of my career.
as
It's
everything
called
involving
access
careers.
journalism. It has existed before video games, and it was bad then, and it's bad now. And I'm very disappointed, but I completely understand why people are being negative about this. Absolutely. Let me read a few comments here. It's a very dangerous path. Yes, it is. People are allowed to shout bullshit from the rooftop, but the truth will eventually shut them up, right? Well, yes, unfortunately, right? To be honest, grats for IGN, huge W for them. Kotaku deserves one thing only, bankruptcy. Yeah, if you think Kotaku should go out of business, that's totally fair. I think Kotaku writes needlessly inflammatory articles all the time. And I'm sure people at Kotaku think that I make needlessly inflammatory videos all the time. And that's their right to think, as well as it's my right to think. But it is up to the audience and the consumer to decide what they find value in. And if people find value in what Kotaku is providing, then they don't deserve to go bankrupt, because that's the way a free market works, and isn't that a beautiful fucking thing? Imagine the opposite. Why does access journalism matter? In a free market, shouldn't it correct itself if people cared?
It does. Again, IGN is kind of one of the rare gaming outlets that actually provides decent news. And guess what? They have a YouTube channel literally of almost 20 million subscribers. Yeah. It gets rewarded, okay? Because it's only so long you can actually get rewarded for doing blatantly dishonest things. Because it doesn't matter what the blatantly dishonest thing is at the end of the day. People are just gonna not like it in general because, well, humans are kind of hard-coded to like honesty more than dishonesty in general. There are exceptions, but still.
Shouldn't it correct itself if people cared? I think in the long term you can make an argument that I can't prove to be wrong.
What?
But in the short term, and even in the medium term, I think that it's very bad. Like, generally, these things, these eras of access journalism come to an end. But the time in which they exist is bad.
What? You just said that access journalism has also existed before games, which means that the era of access journalism has literally never stopped existing. The hell?
Does that make sense?
No.
If only the reviews are positive, it paints an inaccurate picture of the game. It does. It definitely does. But I think that what he's saying is that by painting an inaccurate picture of the game, eventually people will catch on to that and then lose interest in that type of journalism, and then and then stop consuming it.
Yes. Again, we are humans. We are literally hard-coded to like truth more than lies in most situations, in most cases. Because people who lie to us usually don't lie for our benefit. And if they don't lie for our benefit, then, well, we are kind of hard-coded to avoid that because that's dangerous for us.
It's not pronounced enough of an issue for it to be happening on a major, measurable scale. You're right, and that's why I want to make sure I point it out. And so, because of this...
What is not enough of a pronounced issue? Everything that we're talking about here is a very pronounced issue on a major scale.
I want to talk a little bit about this.
Okay.
Because of this, I will be playing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League on release.
You're just gonna be playing it because you want people to watch you because it's a new release, idiot.
And I will be providing a fair review.
Of course. As we all know, clap everyone, asmongold is the only person in the world who knows what is fair. He is the only person, in fact, who is fair in the world. You think you're fair? No, if asmongold says you're not, you're not. Oh, man. Nice. Nice.
For better or for worse, you will know and see the truth. Honest feedback, that's right. Can you cut?
An objective truth that cannot be denied and is 100% correct.
Let's play the Joker, though. Well, some people, according to Twitter, think that I already am. Anytime that a game does this, I will review the game. Because I think this is so problematic. What if I play the game and it's good?
Then it's good?
I hope it's good. I am not hoping for a bad game. Everything that I've seen makes me think that it's bad.
Okay, let's place the bets here, okay? When Starfield came out, Asmongold needed to play it for more than 40 hours to safely say that it's bad. Because when he started playing it and he got bored, he couldn't tell. When he played it for 5 hours and the story was boring and everything was boring, he could still not tell. Only 40 hours when the consensus of the world was Starfield bad was Asmongold only capable of saying Starfield bad. And also he deleted the video, his most critical video of Starfield, where he called it actually bad. Not just, oh, it's not that fun of a game. Why? Because you can't trust anything a big YouTuber says in general, because they're gonna lie. They are a special interest group. And that's why he deleted his most negative Starfield video, even though it's 100% actually accurate. He called the game boring, dull, blah blah blah, all the classic stuff, but he deleted the video. Why? Well, because maybe Microsoft doesn't give him in the future a key because, you know, he said bad things. Maybe he has a shot if he deletes the video to get the Elder Scrolls 6 key. Justice and fairness, as they say. Never trust anything anyone says ever.
But I hope that it is good. In the same way that I hoped that a day before is good. In the same way that I hoped that...
No, you didn't hope that the day before is good. You played it because there was huge hype around it. That's pretty much it.
You know, I don't know. There's probably another game recently that I played that was like kind of garbage, but I hope that it'd be good too. Right? So, like, yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. NA bullshit content creators thrive off of thrashing stuff? Yes, you're right. And I could have thrived off of thrashing a lot of games, and I chose not to. Such as the overpriced Prince of Persia game in the eyes of the market. I did not.
Overpriced Prince of Persia game? What? I did not know it was overpriced. I heard only good things about Prince of Persia.
Same as the day before it came out. I actually defended the game because I thought people were being unfair.
And you were wrong. How is that possible, you ask? I don't know. How can Asmongold be wrong?
I love trashing games, and I also love glazing games that are great. And I will do both of them.
When you know which way the wind blows through.
To the extent that I think it's the right thing to do. What you're doing is fighting this as part of the market correcting itself? I know, and that's why I'm doing it.
Huh?
Access and perceived paid journalism are the reasons why game reviews from critics are seen less respectably and ignored by the public. That's the free market effect. You're right about that, but at the same time, they do have an effect. If they didn't have an effect, then people wouldn't be doing
it. The guy you're answering said it has an effect, and you're re-answering it like the guy said it doesn't have an effect. Hello?
Them. Like, these companies wouldn't be worth a lot of money, and these companies do make money. Like, you're definitely right that the value of a critic...
Wait, he's completely right. You literally read what his statement and then said the same thing.
Review in like 2010 to 2015 to 2020 to now is a line that goes like this. You're totally right. But this bottom part isn't zero. It does matter. And wouldn't it be nice if we had critics that were giving good reviews too? I don't know, I think that'd be great. Not good reviews in terms of good versus bad, but good game versus bad game, but quality reviews.
I think we're done. Anyway, this was Quizzer Sen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.